Welcome back to Lingoni English. My name's Brian. Now, English has two main kinds of questions. Yes or no questions, to which the answer is typically yes, no, maybe, or I don't know. An example would be, do you like coffee? Yes, I like coffee. Or yes, I do. Another kind of question is WH questions. And they're called WH questions because all of the words you use for them have a W or an H in them somewhere. Now, these questions are also called open-ended questions because instead of answering them with a yes or a no, you can answer them many different ways. Let's take a look. Let's start with what. What is that? What is that? That's a strawberry. A strawberry. Notice the H in what is silent. You do not say it. Now, what are those? What are those? Those are bags. Those are bags. So you use what when you're asking about things, ideas, and actions. For example, what is he doing? What is he doing? He's stealing. He's stealing. Now let's look at which. Which? Which hat is gray? Which hat is gray? That hat is gray. That hat is gray. So here there are two hats, and we had to choose, decide, or pick between the two hats. Which one is gray? That one is gray. Let's look at another example. Which sign is red? Which sign is red? That sign is red. That sign is red. So again, when you have two or more options, you can use the word which. You could also ask, for example, which flavor of ice cream do you want? Chocolate, vanilla, or mint? So here you have three different options, so you can use the word which. Which flavor of ice cream do you want? Note that you can also say what instead of which. So for example, what flavor of ice cream do you want? Here, what is a little less formal, so you can say that to friends or family, and which is a bit formal, so I would use that with my boss or maybe with my grandmother. All right, let's look at the word who. Who is she? Who is she? She's Emily. She's Emily from Lingoni English. Now, notice when we say who, it's different from which and what, because this time you don't say the W, you say the H, and the O sounds like oo, so who. Who. Now, who is used to ask about the identity of a person or a group of people. So for example, Who won the game? Real Madrid won the game. Here, Real Madrid is not one person, but it's a sports team. It's a whole group of people who play soccer. All right, let's move on to the word when. When. Now, when is similar to which and what because you do not pronounce the H, but you do pronounce the W. When. For example, when will you call Steve? When will you call Steve? I will call him at 2. I'll call him at 2. Or, when did they come to the office? When did they come to the office? They came to the office yesterday. So, when is used to ask about the time of something. So, instead of asking, what time did they come to the office? You could ask, when did they come to the office? And note that both are correct. And one more example. When did she help you? When did she help you? She helped me last week. All right, now the word where. Where? Wait, where's my phone? Where's my phone? It's in my hand. My phone's in my hand. So where asks about the location of something. For example, where is Tokyo? Where is Tokyo? Tokyo is in Japan. And another example, where is Zainab from? Where is Zainab from? She's from Turkey. Now let's look at the word why. Why? Why does he have a headache? Why does he have a headache? Because he's stressed. Because he's stressed. You could also say, he has a headache because he's stressed. Why isn't my toaster working? Because it's not plugged in. So why asks the reason for something, and you answer with because. So why isn't my toaster working? Because it's not plugged in. And one more example. Why did this plant die? Because nobody gave it water. But that's not my plant. I take good care of my plants. Next, we have the word how. How? For example, how do you whistle? You put your lips like this and blow air through. How do you whistle? And another example, how are you going to cook your eggs? How are you going to cook your eggs? And someone could answer by saying, I'm going to fry them in a pan. I'm going to fry them in a pan. So the question word how is asking the way in which something is done. And one more example. How do you go to the bank? How do you go to the bank? Oh, you go down the street and take a left. You go down the street and take a left. Next, we have the word whose. Whose. Whose backpack is this? Whose backpack is this? That's Ruth's backpack. That's Ruth's backpack. So, whose asks about the person who owns or possesses something. Be careful now. The word we are looking at now is W-H-O-S-E, whose. And there is no apostrophe. Apostrophe. There is the word whose with an apostrophe, but that is a contraction for the words who and is. Whose. For example, who's she? She's Emily. But whose backpack is this? This is Ruth's backpack. Let's look at one more example. Whose phone is ringing? Whose phone is ringing? Matilda's phone is ringing. Matilda's phone is ringing. Note that in the answer to this question, when you use a person's name, you add an apostrophe S. For example, Matilda's phone. This shows that the phone belongs to Matilda. It is the phone of Matilda. Now, let's look a little bit at how much and how many. So, how much does a box of pasta cost? How much does a box of pasta cost? It costs $2. It costs $2. How many people are in this photo? How many people are in this photo? There are 4 people in this photo. There are 4 people in this photo. So, how much and how many ask about the quantity or amount of something. 1, 2, 3, 4, or if there's a little or a lot of something. If you want to know more about when to use how much and how many, you can watch Emily's video here on quantifiers. Now there you have it. WH question words in English. Now, one of the best ways to remember is to practice. Go ahead and practice using some of these question words in the comments below. Thanks for watching Lingoni English. See you next time. Matilda's phone is ringing. Oh, stop. So, who is used? Why isn't my W?